Hello friends, welcome to our channel School Academia. Today we will be talking about indices. So this chapter has got two parts, indices and surds. We will be making a separate video on surds and this video is only for indices. So we will be covering a brief introduction to indices, the rules of indices which are 7 in number, the facts and formulas, the discussion on few problems, and I will be giving some solutions, and we will be taking your queries at the end of the video in the comment section, and I will be happy to answer them. So before I start off, please hit the like button and share and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting regular updates. So let's start off. What are indices? Indices, what do you mean by indices? So when a number p is multiplied by itself n number of times, then the product is called the nth power of p. So here we have, let's say p is multiplied n number of times. Okay, so we can say that p is raised to the power of n. Okay, we can say that. So here p becomes the base. Okay, and this n becomes the index of the power. Okay, so let's say 2 to the power 3, we get 8. So this 2 is known as the base and this is known as the index of the power. So this can be written as 2 cube or 2 to the power of 3, like we can say p to the power of n. Okay, so next we will be moving over to the rules of indices. So there are 7 number of rules and we will be covering each one in very detail. So the first one we have here is p to the power m multiplied by p to the power n, which gives us p to the power m plus n. So for example, we have, we have 2 to the power 2 multiplied with 2 to the power 3, which gives us 2 to the power 2 plus 3, which is again 2 to the power 5, which is 32. Okay, very simple. So when the base is same, which is p, the power gets added when we are multiplying it. So for example, here 2 is same, the base is same, we are just adding the powers or the exponents. So we are adding 2 and 3 here because the base is same. This would not have been possible if the base was not same. The next one we have here, p to the power m divided by p to the power n, which is equal to p to the power m minus n. So an example can be 2 to the power 3 divided by 2 to the power 2, which is equal to 2 to the power 3 minus 2, which is equal to 2 to the power 1, which is 2. So 2 to the power 1 is actually 2. So here again we see that the base is same. The base is equal. However, there is a difference in the exponents. So if you are dividing with base equal, we can actually subtract the exponents and we can get the answer very easily as per the rule of indices. Okay. The next one is p to the power m whole to the power n. Okay, then we will have p to the power m multiplied by n or p to the power mn. So you can say 2 cube whole square. So what do you say here? 2 to the power 6, because you are multiplying 3 into 2 here. You are multiplying 3 into 2, which is 2 to the power 6 or 64. Okay, so this is another rule of indices. So the next one we have at number 4, we have got PQ. Okay, PQ whole to the power n. Here we see that the base is not equal. We have got p and we have got q. So for example, so this one can be written as p to the power n multiplied by q to the power n. And as example, we can say suppose 2 into 3 whole square or whole to the power 2. Okay, whole square, we have got 2 square into 3 square, which is equal to 4 into 9 equal to 36. So I hope I have made myself clear here that when the base is not equal and we are having it is being raised to a certain amount of power, then we can multiply each of the bases with that individual power. Okay, so the next rule that we have here is number 5. Okay, so next rule we have p divided by q. Okay, p divided by q whole to the power n, which is equal to p by n, p to the power n by q to the power n. Okay, so an example can be, suppose 2 by 3 whole square. Okay, we can write it as 2 to the power 2 divided by 3 to the power 2, which is equal to 4 by 9. Another example can be 2 by 3 whole to the power 4. Here p is 2, here q is 3, and n is 4. So what did we learn in the formula here? That p, that is 2 to the power n, which is 4, is divided by 3 to the power 4, and you can solve it very easily. So the next two, we'll move over to the next two formulas. The next formula talks about p to the power 0 is equal to 1. So you can put any value here, any 1000 to the power 0 is equal to 1, 100 to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so if you are having the base as anything but the power is 0, the answer will always be 1. Okay, the next we have here p to the power minus n is equal to 1 by p to the power n. Okay, so for example, 6 to the power minus 2, which is equal to 1 by 6 square, which is 1 by 36. Okay, so this gets reciprocal. Okay, so 6 to the power minus 2, this goes to the denominator because it is minus sign over here. So if there's a minus sign over here at the exponent, this will be divided. So 1 by 6 square is equal to 1 by 36. We'll move over to some problems now. We'll simplify these three. So the first one we have here is 256 whole to the power 3 by 4. Okay, we have learnt in our previous rules how exactly to apply them. We'll see that now. Okay, so 256 can be written as 4 to the power 4. Okay, which is, so 4 to the power 4 is actually 256. So this can be written as 4 to the power 4. So as per the rules that we have, we had learned that, let's say, p to the power n whole to the power a, this becomes p to the power n a, right? We multiply these, right? So in this example as well, in this simplification as well, we will be multiplying the exponents. 4 to the power 4 into 3 by 4. So if you're reducing it, we'll have 4 cube. So I hope this is very simple to you and I could make you understand this. So as per the rule, we have got this one. So in this situation, n is 4 and a is 3 by 4. So 4 to the power 4 into 3 by 4, which is 4 cube, that is 64. So the next one we have here 1024 whole to the power minus 3 by 5. Okay, so we have 1024 can be written as, how can 1024 be written as? It can be 4 to the power 5 whole to the power minus 3 by 5. So as per the above rule, we can write it as 4 to the power 5 multiplied by minus 3 by 5, and we can reduce it as 4 to the power minus 3. Okay, so again in the last rule that we have learned here, this one, p to the power minus n is equal to 1 by p to the power n. Here we have got p to the, where we will be using this formula, p to the power minus n is equal to p to the power p by 1 by p to the power n. Okay, this one. So here p is 4, and n is minus 3. Okay, so we can write it as 1 by 4 to the power 3, which is equal to 1 by 64. I hope this has been very clear to you, this example. If there are any queries, please let me know in the comment section. So we'll move over to the last one, the last simplification that we have. Okay, so I'll be solving it right in front of you now. Okay, so we have got here a to the power 4 multiplied by b to the power 5 by 3. Okay, we will be simplifying this, the power minus 3 by 4. Okay, so this is our problem. So how can we solve this? Okay, so we have, will be first a to the power 4 to the power minus 3 by 4, then we have got multiplied by b to the power 5 by 3 into 3 by 4. Okay, why is this so? Because we had learned in one of the rules that if pq to the power n, if the bases are not equal and it is raised to the power of n, then we will have to raise individually each of the bases to the power of n. So here as we see that a and b are two unequal quantities, a and b. These bases are different, however their power is same, this power is same, so we'll have to multiply the power with each of the bases. Okay, so that is how the thing works. Okay, so next we'll see a to the power 4 multiplied by a to the minus 3 by 4. So a to the power 4 into minus 3 by 4, so we can reduce it into b to the power 5 by 3 multiplied by minus 3 by 4. We can reduce it again, so we have got here a to the power minus 3 multiplied by b to the power minus 5 by 4. Okay, so this is what we are getting right now. So again this can also be written as 1 by a cube, okay, multiplied by 1 by b to the power minus 5. Sorry, there will be no minus here, okay, because we are reversing it, we are actually solving it. So we had minus over here, but when we are reversing it or we are doing the reciprocal, we are solving it, this will come in the denominator and the power will be raised to the power 5 by 4. I hope I have made myself clear in this video and you have learned a lot about indices. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you so much.